I am waiting for Sara M. Hi, all. This is Sheryl Nicholson. I'm an international professional speaker, an author, and podcaster. My podcast is Get a Life Balanced. And here comes Sara. There you are.
Here we go.
That worked.
Yay. So, hello.
Hello. How are you, Sara M?
I'm very good. Good. It's so good to see you. So
Thanks.
today is the first time we want to record our conversation to help our group. You know, we have this WCEC Women Celebrating Entrepreneurship group that we was planning to do the conference in May, and now we realize that it doesn't look like it's going to happen in May. We will need to postpone. So our group is all about encouraging our ladies, encouraging and motivating and teaching and sharing. So now that our conference is so far ahead, we just don't want to, to have our group sitting idle, right?
True.
So yeah, we just want to, to share a little bit so that you can cope with this time, because everybody need to cope, but we also need to make income to pay bills. So we're just thinking that maybe we'll share something that might help people to keep moving. We don't have to just stop everything because we cannot go anywhere. Doesn't mean we have to stop. Our business can go online. We can reach out to each other on the phone, on the internet. So that's why we are doing this. So Sheryl, it's so good to talk with you today because you have the podcast. It's called Get a Life Balance. Is that correct?
Yes, that's it. It was a keynote, and then I made it into a workbook, and then I decided it would be perfect for a podcast. So it's 52 ways to get a life balanced, and you take out a bad habit that you have and replace it with one of the good ones, and hopefully very quickly you'll have better life balance. So it starts with a self-assessment, so you know where you are out of balance, and then you know which podcast to listen to help get better tips and strategies for that life balance.
Wonderful. So share with our group what are some of the tips that you recommend for people to use first now that we are in this situation.
Okay. Well, one of the things I'm getting calls on are husbands and wives are kind of like, and kids too, but husbands and wives are like, what is your name again? Why did I marry you again? The stress of being with each other 24/7 instead of having your own space and your own power. And so learning how to communicate with each other. So one of the things I have on my Get a Life Balanced past tense.com is an expectation sheet. And so this expectation sheet is great to use anytime that you're married, whether you're in the beginning of your marriage or if you've been married many years, because your expectations change as your marriage changes. Your expectations were different when your children were little versus when they're empty nesters versus if you don't have children. So the way that it works is you download the sheet and you get a sheet and your spouse or partner gets a sheet. And then separately, you write down what you expect in this day and time from each other. And then you switch the sheets. So your partner gets to read the sheet and go, wait a minute, I can't do this one, but I can compromise and do this one. So it really helps with communication, and it helps with recognizing that there's different expectations now that we're housed together 24/7 in the same location. So that's one of the great tools that I'll share today. That is not the topic we'll be talking about at the conference. I'll be talking about presentation skills. But with what's going on right now with the COVID-19 virus, the podcast is doing a lot of good in helping people cope with all the things that they're coping with at home.
Awesome. And the podcast is free to download. Is that correct?
It is. And for those people who don't have iPhones or don't know even how to get a podcast, it's actually on Pandora now. I'm so excited. But it's also at getalifebalanced.com on the website. So you can listen to it on the website. You don't have to go to an iTunes account.
Okay. So this is very important to strengthen the relationship.
Oh, for sure. And also with the kids, we get in our own little routine when it's just us in the house, or you get in a routine with you and the kids, but now to be required to stay at home and not be able to get out, what do you do with those bouncing kids? What do you do? What kind of things can you do to keep them active and, more importantly, feel like a team? The best way to reduce the stress with what's going on in your family and in the world today is to know that people have got you. They've got your back. So teaching your kids how to declutter together as a family, getting them in the kitchen and showing them how to cook. I think that's why one of my children is a chef today, because if mama had a potato peeler and a potato, then you were going to get right up there on the chair and scrub a carrot, scrub a vegetable. They knew there was no such thing as kitchen fairies that just show up and clean up afterwards. Everybody had a job. Everybody was a team, and it worked really, really well to start that at a young age, so that one day when they have a family, they know how to handle and take care of their kids and family and be connected.
Wow. I didn't realize that you go over so many things in your podcast.
Oh yeah. There's lots and lots of things. We talk about decluttering. We talk about how to hold KTCs. A KTC is a kitchen table conference. So instead of tolerating things that are going on at home that's not working and turning into what I call a volcano, you sort of ignore it, and then finally you blow up. You call a KTC. And a KTC is a kitchen table conference. It means everybody brings a paper and pencil, and we're going to solve a problem. So it's great for teaching people to not be ostriches and just bury their head. You get a piece of paper and solve the problem, and you do it collectively.
It's amazing. That's how you take care of 4 children that are always successful.
Thanks. It was a challenge. I look now with my kids having kids, and they ask me, how did you do it? Well, you just do it. You don't have a choice. You just do it. And what your choice is to do it the best that you can. And I think it's the most difficult job in the world, because you literally are handling that child's self-esteem, that child's self-empowerment. And most of us didn't get any training for that. We got more training getting our driver's license than we did giving birth to a baby and having a family. And so it's a really important job, and we need all the tools we can get, for sure.
Especially being a mom. And for you, many years you are a single mom.
Yes, I was a single mom for many years, and I survived. and more than survived, I thrived. And I guess I didn't do too much damage, because my kids went and had kids, and we're all still connected now. It's nice that we live close. Most of them live close. I have 5 children now, and actually 7, because I gained 2 bonus kids when I married my husband 5 years ago. So the immediate family, as far as children, in-laws, and we don't call them in-laws, I say my son. I don't say my son-in-law. And the kids, we're 28 people. So that's just our immediate family. So it's really important that we stay connected as much as we can. And I love one of the things the virus has done for us is creative ways to stay in touch. For example, I've never done Zoom. I've done it as a guest host, but never really hosted an event. And tomorrow I'll be hosting an event on presentation skills. And I get to FaceTime my littlest grandbaby that's just a year old. He will now take the phone to his mommy and he'll walk it over and he'll go, Gigi, Gigi. And that means I get a call to FaceTime, which is wonderful. And yesterday, my daughter and granddaughter drove by and waved and had groceries hanging out of the door, you know, window. I took the groceries and then put stuff in her trunk because she wasn't going to touch them. But that never happened before coronavirus. So you have to look at how blessed we are that we have these kinds of tools. I think we'd be a whole lot worse off if we didn't have the internet.
Definitely. Yeah.
Are you connecting with your, I know you have family out of the country. Have you been able to communicate with them at all?
Yes, we do Skype.
There you go.
All the time, yeah. So Skype is really, really nice. We have been communicating that way for years. But now we are going to try Zoom next week. We'll try Zoom the first time. For some reason, I thought that Zoom is only for United States. But we'll find out.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
great.
Find out tomorrow.
Cool, very cool. So I'm excited about the conference, and I'm going to encourage all the people that already know about it, but those who don't know, to attend. It's going to be in the Clearwater area at the Countryside Baptist Church. Yep. At Martin Luther, McMullen Booth Road in Clearwater. So we're excited. We might even have women that fly in to participate. It's very uplifting, very supportive. We have great vendors, so you get to do a little bit of shopping to support, which of course all of those vendors are going to need and want your support after such tough times. And it'll be a celebration for all of us. We will legally be able to hug and shake hands and support. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. So
make sure you sign up.
Right. Until then, you can just check back with our group. You can post, you can ask questions, you can share whatever you need, or you have something good to share with the group.
And why don't you share with them the Facebook group so they know they can also stay connected on Facebook? What's the name of that group, Sarah?
It's called Women Celebrating Entrepreneurship Conference.
Okay, Women Celebrating Entrepreneurship Conference. Make sure you go there. You'll get notes and updates there. And we're excited to see you soon.
Yes, so make sure you see picture of both of us and two other ladies, Mona and Mary Ellen. So you just see 4 beautiful ladies on the banner. So that show that it's the right group.
Yeah, that's us. And then stay on this Facebook page because we're going to share additional tips. I'm going to have an opportunity to interview Sara, so you get to know a little bit more about what she does. So stay here, stay connected, and we looking forward to seeing you soon. Now our conference is going to be in October, so look for that date, set it aside, and we'll see you soon.
Great. All right. Well, we are going to finish our conversation in a few minutes. And Sheryl, if you have a last word before we leave.
Sure. My last word is to end the night with a human connection. I know not just the people that you're living with, but think about somebody that has been important to you, and somebody maybe you haven't blessed with a phone call recently, maybe a relative you haven't talked to, maybe somebody that's worked with you in the past. But if you end the night with a human connection, making a phone call, to talking to not a text doesn't count, but a phone call with someone, It'll help you sleep better. It'll help you recognize and appreciate the gratitude that you have in life.
Awesome. It's so good to chat with you, Cheryl. And we will post it on a group really soon. Okay.
Okay, great. That sounds awesome. All right, well, bye for now, Sarah.
Bye. We just stopped the recording.